Well, up early this morning for some reason. Sun hasn't come up yet. Anyway, there's just a morning pan view of the horizon. Just a slight wave. Going surfing with a mate today. We're just meeting up for an early surf at Shoot. He said there's a nice little bank there, some little peaks left and right. So we'll head there for that. Not much wind, just a really lovely day today's forecast. Great shot of the moon there. Just a little, they call that a wet moon. And there's a few lights out on the horizon. There's some of the boats that have stayed out overnight for fishing. And a couple of romantic walkers early in the morning. Fine day, conditions are great up on the screen there. Anyway, that's the report for today. Well, it was great to get a response to the butterflies I filmed yesterday. A few people sent this one in to me. And also I've got another one here that Liz Grayson sent. And I'll just read it out to you on the reason of these butterflies we've all seen. You may have been witnessed large numbers of these beautiful blue butterflies around the coast recently and wondered what they are and where they come from. Blue tigers are one of the longest living species of butterflies, often surviving up to 6 months. Older butterflies are recognized by their faded wings and frayed edges. In drought times, adults tend to congregate in large numbers along the sandy gullies or creek beds in northeastern Queensland. Then after rain in spring and summer, they disperse and migrate south. So these little suckers have come all the way down from Cairns, way up to the north, down the coast searching for new foliage of their larval food plant, the corky milk vine, to lay their eggs. The vines contain a number of poisonous chemicals that help protect the immune caterpillar and butterfly from predation. As the weather cools down March and May, the butterflies begin their long migration back to the north to central and northern Queensland. It's only on the occasional year where a long drought has been followed by rain at the right time that we witness these spectacular mass migrations and dispersal of these beautiful creatures. That's amazing. These little butterflies, so delicate, can fly at those distances and against some of the breezes, 20 knot northerly, and these guys head north or south. Quite amazing. And that's the explanation for all those lovely butterflies. Cheers. Hey folks, it has been 1 week on my diet and now it's time to jump on the scales and see the results. I think it was 95.1. Oh come on, 92, make it 92. 92.9. So that is 2.2 kilos in a week. It's been tough. No beers, not much fun, but there are the results. And the aim is getting to 88. Well, below 90 first, then 88, and then who knows from there. So now we do the gut buster measurement. And here we have the gut measurement over the navel. That is 104 centimetres. I think that's down from last week. I'll have to check the numbers. Getting there slowly. Well, that's it. 2.2 kilos and 5 centimetres off the belzer. Look, 800 calories a day we're doing. It's working. So we're going to push this out for another week and see where we go from there. Well, this is what we're having for our breakfast on this diet thing. It is bacon with an egg plopped in top. Just 2 of those each, and that's it for the day. Bit on the thin side, but very yummy. Eat them slowly. That's the trick. Well, as I said, this is definitely one of my passions, and that is surfing and surfboards. I got my first surfboard when I was 11, and every surfboard I've had since then, I've just coveted. I've dreamt about getting them online, or back in the days, just on the trading post, picking it up, and just, hours I've spent dreaming about getting the board. When I had a few boards made, custom made. I just remember not sleeping at all, waiting for them to finally turn up the way that I designed them and wanted them. Now this is just one of the number that I have. The only regrets I have, I don't have many regrets in life. The only regrets I have, I suppose, are the old boards that I did get rid of. There's been 3 that I got rid of, which I wished I never did. Anyway, this is my short board. It's called a Greedy Beaver. It's an epoxy board. It's the only epoxy board I have. And epoxy means they use an epoxy resin rather than the normal polyurethane resin. so it's quite hard, and it has a wood laminate. Now this is a Paulownia wood, which is a light timber. It's harder than balsa, but then lighter than pine. So it's a great board for any sort of flotation type situation. And here they've put a thin veneer on the top and the bottom, and on the rail, which is on the side here, they've got about a half-inch block. There it is there that they've run sort of thickness for a bit of extra strength on the side. And then they coat it with an epoxy resin, which is really strong, and the inner core is made of styrofoam, not the normal surfboard foam, so they're extra light. The good thing about that is I can actually ride a much shorter board than normal. This board is a 6'2" board. I'm 6 foot, and on the side here it's got the details. It's all written down here with the size: 6'2", 20 inches wide, 2 5/8 inches thick. They're still talking inches when it comes to surfboards, even in this day. And more importantly, there it is, 40.9 litres. So that's sort of its inner amount, and therefore that's to do with the flotation. So I can now ride a 6'2" board when normally I'd be on a 6'8" or something like that. So it's I really love it. It's a great board. It's got a 3 options with the fins. We've got this is called a quad setup. You have 4 fins set up like that, and you can have a thruster, which is a 3-fin setup, where you put the extra fin in here and take these 2 out. But for the short waves and for the short board riding, I like these set up 4. And that tail on it, that's called a pin tail, which is like a pin shape. And there's squash tail, square tail, round tail, swallow tail, a whole bunch of different ones. I really like the pin tail, keeps turning nice and tight, a lot of drive off the bottom. And then you can't quite see it, but there's also a double rocker, concave rocker. So it means that that surface in there has got a concave rocker from the edge to the center, and from this center out to that edge there. It's hardly you can hardly notice it, but it's really weird. These subtle differences, which I used to always think was all a bit of a wank, it didn't really work, but they actually do. And when you ride a board that's designed well, you do actually feel differences, and there's just something about certain boards that make them much better to ride than others. I've got a few dogs too, I'll show you those later, but there is a real difference between a professionally designed one and just a knockoff or a Chinese sort of knockoff. Anyway, that's my Gritty Beaver, that's my shortboard, and that's definitely one of my passions, and I love this little thing. And here's a little Gritty Beaver tucked into the back of my Defender, off for my early morning surf. Come on, Tess. On your bed. On your bed. Here we have the dog that will eat anything. And today's experiment is a green apple. Here you go, Tess. Ready? Go. So far, so good. That's better than a steak and a bone, isn't it, mate? Oh yeah, loving the apple. Nothing left. Good girl. Good girl. All right, music lovers, look, I've decided to do this a slightly better way with the albums. What I've done is I've selected an album randomly, and then I put my earplugs in and go for a run and listen to the album and get a vibe for it. And this is the one I picked, the Hummingbirds, Love Buzz. It's their first album. They made 2 albums. This is their first album, and it charted number 31. They're an 89 band. 2 guys, 2 girls in it. The sound, I reckon, it's got some beautiful sort of melodies, a little bit Beatle-y, but then also a little bit punk rocky as well. So a pretty cool sound that these guys have got. A lot of 3-part harmonies, and the bass guitar's got some very cool fuzz going through it. Some people describe it as prickly power pop, but as I said, I think it's a bit more sort of Beatles melody and a bit of punk. So have a listen to it. It's a cool album, and it's definitely a feel-good album. It's songs that definitely keep you on the bright side, even though some of the songs have some darker meanings. The actual vibe and the feel of the album is quite upbeat. So if you feel like that type of music, shove on the hummingbirds. They're on Spotify. Love Buzz. Give them a whirl. Well, the good news is I got a call from Jeannie up the sunny coast, the bee lady who's got a lovely nucleus or a nuke or a nuc of a queen, about 5,000 worker bees and maybe 800 drone bees. So it's the start of a new hive, and I'm going up tomorrow to pick them up and bring them back. I'm going to take up one of these boxes, that box I'm painting right there. I'll take it up and we'll put 5 frames in, and I'll film that tomorrow and show you what that's all about. That's pretty cool. And I'm just giving my hive some extra marine varnish coats. You notice the wood there, it's got a bit dark. That's just where the moisture's got in under the varnish. And so I'm just giving it about 3 or 4 coats over the last couple of days, all ready for tomorrow when I go up and put the bees in and we get the little tackers up and running to get this hive back to normal. Afternoon all, that's it for Rona. Just waiting for June. She's been to the eye doctor. She gets injections put into her eyes to fix that up. It's really cool. She's very brave, braver than we are. We just laugh when she gets that done. We think it's really scary. And here we are. We've got beer of the day. It's a white rabbit and dark ale. I like that little contradiction. And there is the little white rabbit. I've had this before. It's a beautiful beer. I do love a dark beer, especially to start the session off. And here it is. All it says on it, no stories on this one, except fermentation with imagination and 99% sugar-free. So I think that one will fit in with my little dieting regime, and I might have to crack that open this afternoon. So if you haven't had one, do yourself a favour, get out, get yourself some white rabbits and rip the top off and have a go at a couple of these. It's a great day. It's knocking this one off a bit early today to get out there and enjoy the beautiful day. So see you all and take care.
Morning, Jeff.
Morning, Jane.
No. Is it morning or no? It's afternoon.
Afternoon.
Good afternoon. Yes. Young fellow was walking along and decided he wanted to go into a nightclub. And when he got to the door, the bouncer looked at him and said, "I'm sorry, you can't come in. You haven't got a tie on. You have to have a tie on to come in here." So the young fellow said, "I'll go and see if I can find something in the car." So he goes back to the car and ransacks the car and can't find anything. All he can find is a pair of jump leads. So he thinks, "Well, I'll give this a go." So he stuck it around his neck and sort of fiddled around with it on the front of him and went back to the door, and the bouncer said, "Oh, yeah, well," fella said, "Oh, that should be all right." And he said, "Oh, all right, we'll let you in." But he said, "Don't start anything."
Thank you, Jane. That's a beauty.